It looks like it's back again. I'm talking about Chris, Joy, and Gizmo. If I say those three names together, you're saying, why do they sound so familiar? Because they're the guys from Superbook. And that's what we're chatting about this morning together with Yolanda Magida, Superbook's brand manager on this Thursday morning. Yolanda, good morning. Great having you with us.
Morning. Thank you for having me. Such a privilege.
I get really excited talking about Superbook, apart from the fact that it's much loved in our family. The idea that it's not
Mhm.
only something that we can watch, it's now going to be something that we can listen to, especially for Christmas. So before we get into that, for those people listening that's saying, Superbook, what on earth is Superbook? Can you help us out?
Yeah, Superbook is an animation series that has been created and produced by Christian Broadcast Network. It's been around since 1981, and the Superbook that most people are familiar one is the adaptation, the new one, and yeah, so it's an animation series that seeks to reach the generation right now, Gen Z, with the Bible, with Bible stories using animation, of course, but also digital platforms that they are familiar with and they are well averse in. And so it's just simply reaching the younger generation with the Bible, getting them to connect with the Lord through His Word
Mm.
on a daily basis in accessible formats, such as the app,
Mm.
the website, and also obviously through broadcasting and now radio.
Yeah, this is very exciting to me as a radio guy to know Superbook that we all
Yeah.
love so much coming to radio. So tell us about this special radio episode, and of course, got some a lovely Christmas flavor to it as well.
Yeah, so this is quite exciting for us and a new territory because, of course, Superbook is an animation series. We had to do a lot of adaptation for animation, for radio, because obviously one of the biggest challenge we had is just to reimagine the scenes without visuals. In animation, a lot is carried by facial expression, movement, and visual cues. For radio, we had to rewrite the scenes for emotion, action, and meaning. We carried through sound, dialogue, music, and even silence. So it
Mm.
really stretched us creatively, but it was also very exciting. And so the episode that we are launching, we've launched two episodes, the Easter episode and now the Christmas episode, where families can listen, not only watch Superbook, but
Mm.
listen to Superbook, which is quite exciting.
Yeah, and can you give us a little bit of a sneak peek, maybe, to the plot that's going to unfold on the first Christmas episode?
Yeah, well, for most of the families who are familiar with the story, it takes the children back to the first Christmas, where we really highlight the meaning of Christmas, why it is important during this time period. Chris has forgotten all about it; he's taken it for granted, and what Superbook does is take him back to the time
Mm.
of Jesus's birth, and where he gets to remember and recall and reflect of the importance of Christmas and why we celebrate Christmas, which is quite relevant during this time period where there's quite a lot happening. Families are quite busy, and yeah, and we can literally forget why we celebrate Christmas. Yes.
Yeah, that's it's going to be really special. We can't wait. And just for our listeners, I'm going to jump in. We'll mention it a little bit later on. But here on Radio Cape Pulpit, you'll be able to catch that the first Christmas Superbook on radio. How exciting! It's coming up on Radio Cape Pulpit on Wednesday, the 24th of December, next week, Wednesday on Christmas Eve, between 1 and 2 in the afternoon. So don't miss out on that. We're talking here about English Superbook, but that isn't the only language that's part of this. Whole campaign that you're on, Yolanda. There are other languages involved as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and so Superbook has been adapted in a series in a season one in Afrikaans and isiZulu. So with radio, we started off with English, and we will be looking ahead next year in terms of adapting it in isiZulu as well and Afrikaans, those two pilot. And so part of the the campaign is to invite our audience, our partners, to be part of this journey of really adapting Superbook and localizing it for our market and making it part of our, yeah, just simply our
Mm.
culture and our traditions as well. And yeah, so we are inviting our partners, we're inviting, yeah, listeners as well to be part of this journey of making Superbook available in every language, African language, so that children can, yeah, just be enjoy the Bible even more in their own native languages.
Yeah, that's beautiful. What's the long-term plan? I mean, Superbook looks like it's always going to be an animated video series, but now with the start of this radio integration, is this a long-term thing potentially, making it more available in the audio space, or is this just sort of a one-time thing for the Christmas and Easter story?
No, not at all. This is our long-term plan in adapting Superbook and making it accessible in variety of platforms in different languages. We really do want the gospel to spread and to make it accessible
Mm.
for children in different cultural backgrounds, and also just simply native languages are very much important and part of our, yeah, just part of our long-term strategy as well. So as I said, it's really important for us to invite our partners, to invite the listeners to be part of this journey,
Yeah.
and to join us and just to bless others as well, with the power of the gospel, but just making sure that yeah, we make Superbook available in the long term, for all children within Southern African region in different native languages.
Yeah, so let's get behind that. Yolanda, just before
Yeah.
we greet each other this morning, you were talking about
Yeah.
the Superbook app, and we know there's always an app for something, and these are apps
Sure.
that do good. So tell us about some of the technology that we can use in the background and other things, and then we'll chat more
Yeah.
about you guys at CBN as well. But let's just start with the Superbook app.
Yeah, so the amazing thing about the app, and even with the campaign that we're running right now, and if you follow our social media platforms, is that we want people to watch, to listen, and also to reflect.
Mm,
And so where the app comes in, it really is very helpful, where we encouraging parents to make Superbook as part of their Christmas traditions, if you may allow us to do that, and then. And then also just download the app to further the conversation with your children,
mm,
to kind of like ask them questions and answers that they can like sort of reflect in terms of what they've just watched. We have a family discussion guide after every episode,
nice.
in particularly for this one. So you can gather your kids around and just sort of talk about what they've just watched, what the true meaning of Christmas is. It highlights various topics as well. It's got videos, it's got games. So there's quite a lot that the app offers, just rather than the kids just simply watching
Mm,
the episode, because we really do want children to be excited about the Bible, to be knowledgeable about the Bible, and also to encourage family gatherings and connections through the family discussion guide. So it offers quite a lot in that way, as a support system in discipling the children, and also just as a support system for the parents as well, to guide the kids in terms of their spiritual growth and development.
yeah, that's so
So we
important.
definitely encourage parents to download the app, which is available obviously on Google Play and also the app stores now.
Yeah, go and check that out. And now during the holiday times as well, when you're spending more time with your kids, and there's always something like, oh, I'm bored. Let's get out the Superbook
Yes,
app and let's check out some new episodes and let's check out some of the activities. Let's talk about it. I think now's as good a time as any.
yes,
Yolanda, how
absolutely.
can we follow you in Superbook and CBN and all the right places to keep up with what's going on? We want to stay in the loop. So where do we find all of these
Yeah.
details?
I think the best way to keep loop with us is to follow us on our social media pages. Superbook Southern Africa is our social media handle. If anyone wants to connect with us, you can reach us on our email addresses. It's hello superbook at cbnsa.org. And yeah, we would really love people to give us input and also just sort of their thoughts on the episode as well. On the radio episode that we just recently launched. And yeah, and that's the best way to connect with us. Yes.
Yeah, thanks so much. So, in the Quantum household, commercial Christmas mayhem is everywhere. But don't worry, when Chris ignores the nativity scene, Superbook whisks him and Joy and Gizmo back in time to witness the birth of Jesus in Bethlehem. Don't miss it on this radio station, Radio Cape Pulpit, on the 24th of December between 1 and 2 in the afternoon. Make a note there, moms and dads and grannies and grandpas and uncles and aunties, make a note, and let's get to the radio. This is a very exciting thing. Superbook on radio, here on Radio Cape Pulpit, Wednesday, 24th December, between 1 and 2 in the afternoon. Yolanda Magida, wonderful hanging out with you. So grateful for Superbook and for what it's meant for us and our family as well, and for my son when he was younger. And Yolanda is Superbook's brand manager there at CBN. Thank you very much, Yolanda. Have yourself a wonderful day. Thanks for your time and a really peaceful and blessed festive season with your family. And thanks again for some great work that you guys do for us.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite. Yeah, may you have a blessed festive season.